Good morning. Today is day 3 in our discussions on our appetites for sex. So as we go into this day's discussions, we're going to be talking about the results of the sexual revolution of the 60s and 70s. Just not all the results, but just some of the results that happened. One of the things that happened is it has definitely changed our understanding of sex. God has always intended for sex to be reserved for two persons committed to Him and one another in the covenant of marriage. It's a covenant that God has intended for us, meaning that no matter what you do, I'm going to honor my vows. A contract is, if you do this, then I will do this. God didn't design for us to have a contract for marriage. He designed for us to have a covenant of marriage. So instead of sexual intimacy being an easy and non-imaginative physical act, God wanted romance to be involved. The art of romance takes time. It takes thought. It takes creativity. People who are committed to God and to another human being in such a way will take the time to plan romance. People who are looking just for a physical act don't really plan for romance. Romance was once a normal expectation in dating and in marriage, but it has become one of the biggest losers in the sexual revolution. In many marriages today, romance has died. Healthy marriages have partners who practice romance. Unhealthy marriages have completely given up on it. Instead of couples planning for a romantic evening or a weekend away, most American couples now are staying home with each of them looking at different screens of one sort or another, and many times they're not even in the same room together. Spouses in the 21st century are behaving more like roommates than as two people who are committed to one another and have joined together to become one. America has even moved away from marriage being the norm. Men and women don't consider marriage to be the norm anymore. And this move away from marriage being the norm has evidence that shows that it's not a healthy move for men or women. Research continually finds that married monogamous people are more likely to be happy and they actually live longer. Women who are divorced or not married to their partners are twice as likely to suffer physical abuse in a relationship than as ones who are married. Divorced men have higher rates of depression, they face more health risks, and they have an increased use of drugs and alcohol. Now, here are some of the reasons why men have been so negatively affected. Married men generally receive care during their illnesses. They generally have better nutritional habits. Married men have a home environment that usually encourages healthy behaviors. And they tend to earn more money as married men, and they tend to save more money as well. Now, I'm going to be the first person to stand up and honestly admit to you that prior to putting all my trust in Jesus Christ, I did not live a sexually pure life. And for that, I have repented. You see, I wasn't born a pastor. I had a past before I became a pastor, and I lived a sinful life. While I do think that the pill has given us many good things, I do think it helped to move us away from God's intention and His design for sex. but I do not see the pill as the problem. I think the problem is still sin. Not the pill, but sin. Sin is the problem because we want what we want when we want it, and the pill has allowed many of us to pursue those goals and reach those goals. So these are some of the effects that I believe that the sexual revolution has brought about. And tomorrow I want us to be looking at finding the blessings in the way that God designed for us to have sexual intimacy. So I hope you'll be here with me then. See you tomorrow.